In this project, you will learn how to turn a photo into a pencil drawing sketch. Let's get started by creating a new document. Now, let's set the width to 1920 pixels and the height to 1080 pixels. Also, let's set the resolution to 72 pixels per inch and the color mode to RGB. When you are done, click Create to get started. Now, we have to input the image. To do that, go to the File menu, scroll down, and click Place Embedded. Now, select the image and click Place. Hold down the Alt key or Option key. Move your cursor to any corner of the image. Then, click and drag to scale the image around the anchor point. Alright, that looks good. Then click the check mark in the options bar or press the Enter key to commit the changes. Now, go to the Layers panel. With the image layer selected, right-click, and in the menu that pops up, scroll down and choose Convert to Smart Object. This is very important if you want to be able to add these effects to another image. Now, rename the image layer Model. Now, delete the background layer. Select the background layer, right-click, scroll down and click Delete Layer. Then click Yes. With your image layer selected, use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J on Windows or Command+J on Mac to duplicate the layer. Now, select the model copy layer and change the blend mode to color dodge. Now, create an invert adjustment layer by going to the adjustment layer icon at the bottom of the layers panel and choose invert. Now, right-click the invert layer, scroll down, and choose Create Clipping Mask. As you can see, our layer details has almost disappeared. Select the model copy layer, then go to the filter menu, scroll down to blur, and choose Gaussian blur. By adding Gaussian blur filter to our image, it will reveal sketching details. By changing the blur radius, you can control the mean sketch details density. I will choose a radius of 8 pixels. For now, you can try moving the sliders left or right to see how the image looks. Click OK. when you are done. I want to change the color to black and white. To do that, select the invert layer at the top. Then, click the adjustment layer icon at the bottom of the layers panel. Then select black and white. We selected that invert layer because we want the black and white layer to be the top layer. Now, we guarantee that all bottom layers will be black and white. You can go ahead and close the Properties panel. Select the Model Copy layer. Then, add Levels Adjustment. Go to the Adjustment layer icon and choose Levels. It will also be added automatically as a clipping mask. This Levels layer will reveal some skin details. Let's just keep it at the default values. That looks good. Change the name of Levels 1 to Skin Details. Now let's add more details to our image to improve the overall look and feel. Select the model layer. Use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J on Windows or Command+J on Mac to create a duplicate of the layer. Now, click and drag the new layer model copy tool to the top of the layers panel. With the layer selected, use the same keyboard shortcut and duplicate it 3 more times to have a total of 4 new layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Select the first layer at the top, Model Copy 5, and hide the other copied layers for now. With your top layer selected, go to the Filter menu, scroll down to the Filter Gallery, and select it. Now, open the Sketch filter and choose Graphic Pen. Set the stroke length to 15, the light-dark balance to 50, and the stroke direction to right diagonal. Then, click OK when you are done. We now have a black and white image. Now, we want to keep the black lines and remove the white areas. To do that, we can use the multiplied blend mode. So let's do that. Go to the blend mode and choose multiply. Now, change the opacity to 10% to get some details. Now let's select the second layer, Model Copy 4. Select the second layer, click the eye icon to make it visible. Go to the Filter menu, scroll down and select the Filter Gallery. This time from the sketch filter, choose charcoal. Set the charcoal thickness to 5. Set the detail to 5 and the light dark balance to 85. When you are done, click OK. Again, change the blend mode to multiply. Also change the opacity to 10%. Now, let's select the third layer and click the eye icon to make it visible. Go to the filter menu again and select the filter gallery. This time open the artistic folder and choose colored pencil. Now keep the values as they are, 4, 8, 25. Then click OK. Also change the blend mode to multiply and the layer opacity to 10%. Now select this layer and drag it to the top. To make sure that all layers are black and white, select the black and white layer drag it to the very top so that all of the other layers are black and white. Select the fifth layer, which is Model Copy 2. Click the eye icon to make it visible. Now go to the filter menu and select the filter gallery. Now open the stylize filter and choose glowing edges. Set the edge width to 1, brightness to 14, and the smoothness to 7. Then click OK. This time we have outlines with black areas. We want outlines in black color. Let's add an invert adjustment layer. Go to the bottom of the layers panel. Let's add an invert adjustment layer. Then go to the bottom of the properties panel and click this icon on the left to add a clipping mask. Select Model Copy 2 again and change blend mode to multiply. Also, change opacity to 50%. Now, let's group these layers. Hold down the Shift key and select from Model Copy 3 down to Model Copy 2. With these layers selected, right-click and choose Group from Layers. Now, name this group Details. Then click OK. Change the bottom layer's name to Original. Let's add colors to the layer to easily differentiate them. Right-click the eye icon for the bottom layer and choose Orange. Set the second, third, and fourth to red. Then set the black and white layer to blue. Alright, now if we want to add this effect to another image, all we have to do is go to the Layers panel, double click the Smart Thumbnail, and this opens the Smart Object. Now go to your image, click and drag. Adjust it accordingly, and then press Ctrl plus S or Command plus S to save it. But before that, hide the bottom layer and press Ctrl plus S on Windows or Command plus S on Mac to save it and update the Smart Object. Now, this takes some time, so just be patient. Alright, now go back to your document window, and as you can see, the effect was applied. So this is why we converted our image layer to Smart Object so that we can be able to easily add these effects to any image. If we want to. As you can see, the effect was added in less than a minute. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. In this project, you will learn how to turn a photo into a vector art. Download the resources for this project, unzip the file, and open this image into Photoshop. Let's get started by first checking our image size. Go to the image menu and choose image size to check both image size and resolution. Let's change our image resolution to 300 pixels per inch. and our image size should be in the range of 2000 to 3000 pixels in width or height. So click in the width or height column and change it. In my case, 3000 by 2000 pixels should work great for this image. Now, click OK when you are done. Now, with the background layer selected, press Ctrl plus J on Windows or Command plus J on Mac to duplicate it once. Hide the background layer and keep layer 1 visible. Now, we need to apply the oil paint filter on this layer. But since the oil paint filter doesn't work on all Photoshop versions, we will use an easy alternative technique to create a similar effect. First, select layer 1. Then press Ctrl plus J on Windows or Command plus J on Mac to duplicate it once. With the duplicated layer selected, go to the Filter menu, scroll down to Sharpen, and click Smart Sharpen to select it. Now, change amount to 240%. Then, radius to 3 pixels. Set Reduce Noise to 30%. Change Remove to Gaussian Blur. Then click OK when you are done. I have duplicated this layer to see the before and after, like this. Now, with your layer selected, go to the Filter menu, scroll down to Stylize, and choose Diffuse. In the Diffuse Filter dialog box, change mode to anisotropic, then click OK. Now, go to the Image menu, scroll down to Image Rotation, then choose 90° clockwise. Apply the Diffuse filter again. Rotate another 90 degrees. Apply the Diffuse filter again. Rotate again. Apply the Diffuse filter again, and so on until you make a complete rotation. Now, after completing one rotation, let's sharpen our image. With the layer selected, go to the filter menu, scroll down to sharpen, and click the Smart Sharpen to open the Smart Sharpen filter. Leave values as they are and click OK. Again, let's make another rotation to increase the oil effect density. Apply Diffuse filter. Set mode to anisotropic. Click OK when you are done. Now, rotate the image as before. Repeat these two steps until you make a full rotation. Let's speed things up. Now, let's see the before and after. Alright, now let's apply the Smart Sharpen filter again. Go to the filter menu, scroll down to Sharpen, and click Smart Sharpen. Leave values as they are, then click OK. Now let's see the before and after. That looks good. Now, delete layer 1 because we don't need it anymore. Select layer 1, right click, then click delete layer and click yes. Now let's move to the final step. With the layer selected, right click, then choose convert to smart object. Use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J on Windows or Command+J on Mac to duplicate it twice. Alright. Rename the bottom layer Hard Details. Rename the middle layer Soft Details. And rename the top layer High Pass. Select the bottom layer, not the background layer, but the Hard Details layer. Then hide the other two layers. Now, with this layer selected, go to the filter menu, scroll down, and select Filter Gallery. Now, under the Artistic folder, choose Cutout Filter. Change number of levels to 8. Change edge simplicity to 5 and change edge fidelity to 1. Then click OK when you are done. With the Hard Details layer selected, go to the Filter menu, go to the Sharpen filter, and choose On Sharp Mask. Change amount to 150%. Change radius to 2 pixels. And threshold to 0. Then click OK when you are done. As you can see, all filters will be applied as smart filters since we are working with smart object. Now, let's move to the second layer. Click the Soft Details layer to select it and click the eye icon to make it visible. Then, go to the Filter menu, scroll down and select the filter gallery. Now with the Cutout layer selected under the Artistic folder, just keep the values as they are and change Edge Simplicity to 6. Then click OK when you are done. Now, let's change the filter opacity. To do that, double-click this little icon to the right of the filter gallery for this layer. Then, change opacity to 35%. Then click OK when you are done. Alright. Again, with this layer selected, go to the Filter menu, scroll down to Filter Gallery, click to select it. Now with the Cutout filter selected, change number of levels to 8, Edge Simplicity to 6, and Edge Fidelity to 2. Then click OK when you are done. Again, let's change the filter opacity. To do that, double-click this little icon to the right of the first filter gallery for this layer. And change opacity to 35%. Then click OK when you are done. Alright, the final step for this layer. With this layer selected, go to the Filter menu again, scroll down to Sharpen. Then choose Unsharp Mask. To open the Unsharp Mask filter, now change amount to 250%. Change radius to 2 pixels and threshold to 0. Then click OK. Now change this layer opacity to 50%. As you can see, this soft details layer adds a lot of details to our founder effect. Now let's add some other details. Select the top layer, High Pass. Click the eye icon to make it visible. Then go to the Filter menu. Scroll down to Other and choose High Pass to open the High Pass filter. Change radius to 2 pixels. Then click OK when you are done. Now change blend mode to overlay. This will add some extra sharpening and details to our founder effect. Now select all 3 layers. Then right click. Then select Group from Layers to group them. Name the group Effect. Then click OK. Now let's add some adjustment layers. First, let's add Levels Adjustment layer. Go down to the adjustment layer icon in the Layers panel and select Levels. Now set Black to 18. Keep Gray at 1.00 and set White to 238. Now let's add Vibrance layer. Go to the adjustment layer icon again. Click and select Vibrance. Now increase Vibrance to 25. Then Saturation to 7. Now let's add one more adjustment layer. Click the adjustment layer icon again and select Color Balance. Now let's adjust the midtones. Cyan Red increase to 11. Magenta Green decrease to -9. yellow blue, decrease to -4. Then click this drop down menu and adjust shadows. Now cyan red to -4, magenta green to -5, yellow blue to +10. Let's add highlights. Red to -5, blue to 10. Alright, now we can close the properties panel. Now select all three adjustment layers. Then right click, then select group from layers. Now rename it adjustment. Then click OK. Now let's see the before and after. Click the eye icon for the background layer to make it visible. Now hold down the Alt key on Windows or the Option key on Mac and click the eye icon for the background layer to see the before and after. Alright, that looks great. Now to apply this effect on another image, select any smart object, double click to open the smart object, then select our image and drag. Now click the check mark or press enter to submit it. Then hide the bottom layer and press Ctrl+S on Windows or Command+S on Mac to save and update our smart object. Now go back to the document window to see the effect applied to another image. Alright, thanks for watching and following along. See you in the next video. Let's get started with our third project of the course. This should be a fun and easy one. Let's help this good-looking gentleman get rid of some of his tattoos by retouching his photo using the spot healing brush tool to see how he looked or will look without the facial tattoo. Our goal is to go from this to this. So feel free to open both files into Photoshop. Download the resources for this project. Unzip the file and open the man with tattoo image or JPEG file in Photoshop. Go to the toolbar and select the spot healing brush tool. Move into the image and size your brush accordingly. You can go to the options bar to change the size of your brush. or you can use the keyboard shortcut left or right bracket key to decrease or increase your brush accordingly. You can watch me do it and then try to do it yourself, or you can pause the video here and give it a try. Have fun! If we did it together, or you did it by yourself, Congratulations either way. You did it. Remember to save your file. Thanks for watching. Keep it up. You are doing great. See you soon. In this project, you will learn how to apply the oil painting effect to your photo without using the oil paint filter in Photoshop. Since oil painting filter is not working in all versions of Photoshop. Now, download the resources for this project, unzip the file, and open this image into Photoshop. We will use another method to create the oil painting effect. Before we get started, let's make sure that our image size is not lower than 2000 pixels in width or height. Go to the image menu, scroll down to image size and select it. Click in the width field and change it to 3000. The height will adjust automatically. Now, click OK when you are done. Let's get started. Use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J on Windows or Command+J on Mac to duplicate this layer. Let's add some shadows, highlights, adjustments. Shadows refer to the darkest areas in the image, and highlights refer to the brightest areas in the image. Go to the image menu, scroll down, and select Image Adjustment. Then choose Shadows Highlights. By increasing the highlights area will get darker. And by increasing shadows, the shadows area will get brighter. Let's increase shadows by 30%. Then click OK when you are done. Alright, now let's adjust contrast using the levels adjustment. Go to the image menu again and scroll down to adjustment, then choose levels. Adjust the levels values. Set black to 30, gray should stay at 1.00, and white be changed to 238. Remember that these values varies for every image, so when you are applying these adjustments on your own images, adjust it accordingly. Click OK when you are done. Use the keyboard shortcut Command+J on Mac or Ctrl+J on Windows to duplicate layer 1. With layer 1 copy selected, go to the filter menu, scroll down to Other. Then choose High Pass to open the High Pass filter. Change radius to 2 pixels. Then click OK. Now, let's set the blending mode to overlay. As you can see, that added some sharpening to the image. and also added more details. Now, select both layers. Then right-click and scroll down and choose Merge Layers. With the image layer selected, go to the Filter menu and scroll down to Sharpen. Now, choose Unsharp Mask to open the Unsharp Mask filter. Now set amount to 135%. Set radius to 2 pixels and threshold to 0. Then click OK when you are done. We have made some adjustments to our image and also sharpened it very well. Now it's ready for the oil effect. Let's go ahead and apply the oil effect to it. With the layer selected, go to the Filter menu and scroll down to Stylize. Then choose Diffuse. Change mode to anisotropic. Then click OK when you are done. It's okay if you have some imperfections in your image. We have to apply the diffuse filter about 3 to 5 times to get the effect we are looking for. To make sure that the filter effect is evenly distributed in the image, we have to rotate the image 90 degrees clockwise each time before we apply the diffuse filter. This allows us to apply the diffuse filter from different angles. Now, go to the image menu, scroll down to image rotation, click 90 degree clockwise. Then apply the diffuse filter. Go to the image menu again, rotate another 90 degree clockwise and apply the diffuse filter. Repeat these steps until you have completed a full rotation. Make sure to apply the filter 4 times in 4 different angles by applying it each time you rotate 90 degrees. Now, let's see the difference. That looks great. Now with this layer selected, go to the Filter menu. Scroll down to Noise. Then select Reduce Noise to open the Reduce Noise filter. Increase strength to 10 and keep all values 0. Doing this will make the skin more smoother. Then click OK when you are done. Now, let's sharpen this image a bit more. Go to the Filter menu again, scroll down to Sharpen, then choose Unsharp Mask. This should add some extra details to our image. Keep amount below 100. I think 98 should be fine. Keep radius to 2 pixels and threshold to 0. Now click OK when you are done. Rename the layer Oil Painting. Use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J on Windows or Command+J on Mac to duplicate the oil painting layer. With the duplicated layer selected, let's apply the high pass filter. Go to the filter menu, scroll down to Other, then choose High Pass. Now set the radius to 2 pixels and click OK when you are done. Now let's change the blend mode to Overlay. Now rename this layer Details. With the top layer selected, press Alt plus Ctrl plus Shift plus E on Windows or Option plus Command plus Shift plus E on Mac. To merge all layers into a new layer, rename it Tone. Now, with the Tone layer selected, go to the Image menu, then scroll down to Auto Tone and click to select it. Now, decrease opacity to 45% to control the tone density. Let's see the difference. That looks great. Now let's add some colorful lights. Click the plus icon at the bottom of the Layers panel to create a new layer. Then rename it Lights. Go to the toolbar and select the brush tool. Now change the foreground color to purple. Then increase the brush size using the right bracket key. Change the brush hardness to 0% so that you are using a soft brush. Then click to paint with the brush edge. This time, let's change the foreground color to red. Then paint on the left side. Now let's change the blend mode to Overlay and change the layer opacity to 50% to control the light's density. Now, let's see the final result. That looks great. Have fun applying this effect to your own image. Thanks for watching and following along. See you in the next video.